it is absolutely sensational. I mean, I just thought the pictures were marvellous. And the statue, the most famous kind of landmark of Brazil, the shot is incredibly steady. How difficult is it to achieve that?
Well, it's the technology's really leapt on recently, so it means that there's a platform that the camera is mounted on, which essentially is stabilised in real time. So if there's gusts of wind or unexpected turbulence up there, and it was very turbulent up there, it compensates for those moves and gives you those very smooth shots.
And how difficult is it to fly? So are you operating both the camera and the hexacopter?
Well, I work with one of my other camera persons or colleagues, and one person is controlling that gimbal on the bottom of the helicopter, and I'm essentially flying the move. And we rehearse it beforehand, and we decide what we're going to do first. And then it's essentially like, you know, we're both sort of have to contribute to making those kind of shots. So I place the copter in the sky in the place where the camera operator wants it to be, and then we sort of both work at the same time.
And presumably, as well as the camera and the hexacopter, you are getting a signal of the pictures on a monitor in front of you, so you can, otherwise you don't know where you're steering.
Yeah, exactly. So to get the shot of the Christ shot there, it was obviously, you know, you need to keep your framing quite specific, and so the camera operator has a downlink coming from that copter, and they can see what's going on, and they can make those adjustments to the camera so we swing around the statue.
Are there huge restrictions on being able to use these things? I mean, are we going to start walking down the street soon and find hexacopters above our head filming us as we're walking back from the tube station on our way home from work?
Well, it is important to clarify what's going on in the UK at the moment, because obviously we are licensed to fly in the UK. It's a three-part sort of qualification that you need to get with the Civil Aviation Authority, which essentially allows you to fly for a broadcast or for profit or whatever you might be a business you're doing this. So it is quite tightly regulated in the UK at the moment. There's very specific restrictions about where we can fly. We can't fly near people, we can't fly over people or over people that don't know we're there. So it's very much, it's more, I think of it more like an extra creative tool. You have to do the planning, but the shots you can get are fantastic.
And it gives us a completely different perspective. I mean, sometimes when you watch football matches and the big stadiums now, they've got a camera on a wire that goes across the stadium, but the kind of swooping shots and rising, I thought at times I was actually watching a video game that had been designed in someone's mind, and that these weren't real pictures.
Yeah, and as a cameraman, you know, I sort of get very excited about being able to show the images and give the audience a different perspective that they might not have seen before. So, you know, when all this copter stuff started, I got very excited, and essentially it's really great because it allows us to go very low and then have in one shot go very high. And you see that progression in a way that you couldn't do it in any other way.
I've got a final question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever crashed it?
Fingers crossed, we're okay for now, but yeah, we have to keep practicing to keep ourselves in tip-top shape in terms of the control of it, yeah.